In today's video, we're going to do a Scott score on the livability, workability, and likability of one of the best-selling Class B camper vans in North America. This is the Winnebago Travato 59K floor plan. It has twin beds, a rear bath, and a galley that is right inside the door. It's one of the most popular and most copied floor plans in the camper van space. This is not a van tour. Instead, what we're doing with the Scott score is measuring, can I put a 12-pack of beer in the fridge and still have ample storage for other items? Will my coffee pot store appropriately in the cabinetry? Can I set the table for two to eat dinner together at the table? And other criteria. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Scott. Thanks for tuning in today. What we wanted to do with this Scott score video is measure the van on three separate categories: livability, workability, and likability. And each of those categories have separate components to it, as you can see here. And you can download this from my website and take this shopping with you, and you judge your van on your criteria. I have mine. We're gonna look at ground clearance, we're gonna look at the great room, we're gonna look at the galley, bedroom, bathroom, storage, RV systems, and aesthetics, interior decor. And then we're gonna talk about workability. Can people use this to work a job out of? And then likability. Is the van pleasant to be in and around? And those are the things we're going to measure. The total points you can get, well, the total points the van can get is 99, which we'll put here at the end. So let's get into the first category, which is livability and ground clearance. All right, so crawling into the van, this is the lowest point that I see of the van. So right here. And if I get my handy dandy measuring tape out, we are looking at about 7 inches off the ground, which is the minimum clearance that I would be excited about. Although now that I'm saying that, this box right here, which is the generator box, is coming in at 7 inches. So it's about the same. 7 inches is my minimum. So for this Travato 59K, the total number of points possible is 3 points. I'm gonna get with 7 inches being my minimum. So I'm gonna give it 2 right here. So 2 points total for ground clearance. Next is the great room, which we're kind of standing in. Let's take a look at that. All right, so being in the great room, we want to measure 3 things. Total possible is 9 points. Can 2 people dine at the table together? Can you enjoy a movie night together? That's the TV. And is there a separation of space so you're not crammed inside of one space inside the van? So let's examine that now. This is the Lagoon style table, ever popular. There's only one mount for this table, and it's right here. There is another mount on the pedestal, which comes in at the opening, but this is the only table. And so 2 people, we're gonna have plates out here in a second, can certainly sit here, but this person is kind of fighting with the TV, which is, I guess if you move it back, then you hit in your head. So let's set the table up. Let's do that first. All right, with our table set, yeah, 2 people can eat at this table, but it's kind of a weird setup. Weird in the sense that this is the really functional space. The table's not long enough. Is that this person sitting here, you got the corner of the counter right here. So this is good for me, but this person is kind of, I don't know, having to eat like a 5th grader or something like that. So yeah, it can be done, but it's not optimal for dining in the sense that you can sit across from each other. And if there was another Lagoon table mount mid-bed area, that would seem to me to make more sense because you aren't fighting the corner of the counter and you're not fighting with the TV, and you could have nice separation of space at the dining room table. This way you're kind of all together. So for that, I'm gonna give probably 2 points out of 3 for the dining setup. All right, so the next item on our evaluation sheet, great room, can 2 people enjoy a movie together? So this being the 2 beds, this would be where you would actually watch TV. So you got a couple options here. You can lay in bed. This would become your pillow, or you can use a traditional pillow, or you can put it up this way in both situations on both beds. And then you would lay and look at the television here. The television has a pretty robust, look at this mounting bracket thing. I'm going to move this out so you can see that. Pretty robust. You can spin the TV, pretty well positioned for this purpose of watching television. And it has a sound bar beneath it right here. So you would have a pretty good movie night experience, kind of lounging in your bed like this, which isn't too bad. Partner could be over here, spouse, whatever. And I would say this would be a pretty comfy place to watch a movie for sure. TV position is really, really nice. No surprise given the bracket system and proximity to the beds. But you have to kind of lay down to watch, sitting like this on the edge of the chair. Your head kind of hits the cabinetry here, and I guess if you prop up all the pillows back behind you like this, steal the other one. That you could, nope, you can't do that. 2 pillows is too much, pushes you off the edge of the bed. And the thing I've really never liked about this floor plan is your feet dangle. My feet are at least 6 inches off the ground, so your feet are always dangling when you're seated on these beds, which doubles as a sofa, couch, movie watching platform. But overall, if you want to lay in bed, watch movies, this gets a pretty high score. 3 points out of 3. Next criteria is, are you crammed into the same space together, or can there be some separation? I'm happy to say that there is definitely some separation in this floor plan. Let's look at the front, right there, versus this area here. So if somebody wanted to do something at this table, they would probably sit here, move the table a little closer, and that's how that would work. And if somebody wanted to work up front, they have an option. They can put a second, which is sold separately, lagoon table here, or move this one, and maybe 2 people can, I don't know, dine together or work together. But what's kind of cool is this little contraption here, which is a slide out table. Oops, unsnap it first. Keep it from jiggling while you're going down the road. And a little bit like an airplane tray, it kind of flips up. It's kind of hitting the seat. There we go. And that's how that works. So seated in the passenger seat, you really can't access this very well. Maybe from the driver's seat. Let's try that. Yeah, that's not bad. So you can put your laptop here. So you could definitely have 2 people in the van in separate spaces, pretty comfy. We'll give that 3 points. Let's see how we're doing so far on great room. Total of 9 points. This is going to get 8 out of a possible of 9. Next, let's look at the Galley, which has 12 points. This is a big thing for me and van chefs alike. Is the Galley functional on 4 different criteria? Let's look. 12 points possible in the Galley. We're going to see if a 12-pack of beer will fit in the fridge. Will a dozen eggs fit in the fridge? Will a 7-pound bag of ice fit in the freezer? And with the sink in use, does it allow for countertop workspace? Let's take a look. All right, for the all-important fridge test, which is, will a 12-pack of beer, Shinerbuck being one of my favorites, fit in the fridge? It doesn't really fit in the top shelf, so you're forced to deal with the second shelf, and it will fit on its side like that. So yes, indeed, you can put a 12-pack of beer in this fridge. Still have plenty of storage up here, some storage here. So plenty of storage in here. These slide outs, I like that. Good storage up here. And the door storage is pretty voluminous, which is good. So this is looking really good from that test. The next one is a dozen eggs, and that without a doubt fits just really, really nicely. The problem we're gonna have here though is the table is in the way. Look at that, that's kind of weird. So the thing won't open altogether unless you remove the table to access the fridge totally, or really give this some, I don't want to break it. There's no way. Well, you can get a small 5-pound bag of ice in there, I guess. But you can definitely not get a 7-pound bag. And so that's going to get a low score on that. All right, let's take a look at that. So 12-pack, 3 points possible. So 3, a dozen eggs, 3 points, 7-pound. I'm going to give it a 1. And let's look at the sink in use situation here. And you can definitely be working on the counter. If you're using the sink, you have all this space here. And if you're not using the cooktop, you have all this space here. And you did have this little swing out table here. I've locked it again. So you could, it sticks on the seat edge. So you do have a fair amount of space. Let's measure that quick for you. So the counter from this point to this point is 52 inches, and it's pretty deep. Let's look at that. So from edge back to the backsplash here, you're about 23 inches. And if you use this little bit here, it goes to 41 inches. So that is a pretty cavernous galley, in my opinion. From a functionality standpoint, that is going to get 3 points. So 3, 6, 9, 10, he gets 10 points out of a possible of 12. Let's look at the bedroom, which is what the van is all about, because you got 2 beds. All right, for the bedroom, we want to look at, can 2 people sleep comfortably for real? Bedding remain on bed, not remove or install at the waking or sleeping moments. And is there nightstand storage without stretching or getting out of bed? Let's look. Clearly, 2 people can sleep very comfortably. These are the very nice Winnebago mattresses. I've been using mine for years, and it's fantastic. So yes, you can sleep comfortably. You would have to keep your bedding on the bed all the time unless you're using like a sleep sack. And what I've seen people do is just use twin bedding. They put a blanket on, your pillows go up here. So you're kind of living in your bedroom all the time, which, if this is a really important configuration for sleeping purposes, that's kind of what you're forced to deal with, is living in your bedroom. For storage, I'm not seeing anything on either side except for these little baskety things where you can put your stuff in like that. Let's kind of experiment with this one over here since we have a little more space. And what I'm looking for is, can I put my iPad, so I'm stretched out back against the thing. I can definitely reach up and grab this pretty easily. My iPad, and it's actually lined with a material that's pretty grippy, which is great. So I'm going to say this is a pretty good deal here. It's certainly reachable without stretching and getting out of bed. There's a RAM mount over here, so you can maybe put your iPad over there if you want to watch TV or something like that. But phones, pens, books, glasses, things of that nature. CPAP machines would not fit in this, to my experience, which is about 0. But seeing what they look like, this is just for small items. A drink of water, you're going to be getting up to get a drink of water, which is okay, just steps away from it. All right, let's score that. All right, so looking at the bedroom, 9 points possible. 2 sleep for real, yeah, it gets 3. Bedding remains, yeah, that's okay in this situation. And then nightstand for storage without stretching, I would say that gets a 3. So 9 points for the bedroom, good job. Let's look at the bathroom next. All right, looking at the bathroom real quick for a quick look around. Toilet, fold down sink, medicine chest, wardrobe, lots of storage there. And then your shower is up here, and that's how you operate the shower. The sink is in here and is operated separately. All right, let's look at our criteria. The criteria for the bathroom is 12 points possible. Toilet, is it spacious enough to sit and do number 2? Can they stand a shower? Does it have a functional sink? And does it have functional storage? Let's look. So sitting on the commode, you have plenty of elbow room this way. If you're doing your wiping program, you can get to everything really easy. The TP holder's right here, so that's very nice. You would always have to have your window covers on because you're at the back door with glass and people can see in. So it kind of is a spoiler for view out the back window, which I kind of enjoy. But can you do a good toilet duty number 2 in here? I would say that gets 3 points for sure. Next is, can I stand to shower? Let's try that out. Move the camera around. There we go. Here's the shower head right here, and I can indeed shower standing, which is super great. The problem I'm going to have though is you have to use a shower curtain that runs around these rails here, so you're really going to be confined from a showering standpoint. And is that going to cover the camera? Yes, it will. We have to leave this open. You're standing in the wardrobe, by the way. So yes, you can stand a shower, but you are really going to be constricted by space because the shower curtain is here. But you can have a pretty good shower experience, I would say, overall. I'll give it 3 points. Next is the sink. Does it have a functional sink? The sink folds down over the bath, or over the commode, right? And then this is where your water would come out. And so you'd have a little bit of, do your thing here, spit, shave, whatever. And then you have to kind of rinse this, and then you dump this in. It is functional. I'm not a big fan of this style. I prefer a drain in the middle so stuff goes down in, preserving some water, just a little easier to clean, and then maybe do a dump. So you actually have a fair amount of cleaning to do to keep all this looking nice. So it's a functional sink, so I'm going to give it 3 points. And the last thing we want to look at is storage. You certainly have a lot of storage here, which is your wardrobe. The reason you have to have a shower curtain is because this is all wood material, but you do have a wardrobe, so plenty of storage in here. It's probably the most storage. This is adjustable shelving, which is cool. But if we look at like medicine chest storage, what we're looking at here is this, and this opens up like that, and you have a fair amount of storage in here. You probably want to put up some little piece of elastic or something to keep stuff in and not falling out. Nonetheless, you have a fair amount of storage in here, and nice wood, big mirror, which is really great. Hey everybody, what's up? And so that gets good. That's gonna get 3 points. So looking at the bathroom with a total of 12 points possible, toilet space enough, that gets 3 points. Standard shower gets 3 points. Functional sink gets 3 points, and storage, yes. So this gets 12 out of 12. Good job on the Travato 59K bathroom. And by the way, it has a sliding door here. That's what you do for privacy. Next category is storage. Is there garage storage for propane grill, etc.? And is there overhead cabinets, plenty of space, one ideally long, to store things like my coffee pot? Let's check it out. Garage storage is really important to me for a couple of reasons. Number one, I have a propane portable grill that I travel with. I have a guitar I travel with. I have a auxiliary water tank, and I have my gym bag. And a folding chair. All that is in my garage storage, which is under my folding Murphy bed. Let's look and see if some of that can fit in a space like this. I'm going to say in general, yes, but it's going to be taking up some precious real estate. Let me show you. So the obvious space is right here in the entry. Most people are not going to block this up with a bunch of stuff you got to step over and around. You could store stuff in the hallway here, but again, you're really consuming precious space, and that leaves the bathroom. So yes, you can fit my propane grill in here. It's a charbroil. You can put the gym bag on top of that and kind of lean the guitar up. So yes, you could use the bathroom space as garage storage. The problem is you really can't use this because you have all this stuff in the way here. So I'm not sure what people do in this floor plan if they want to carry stuff that they're going to use kind of somewhere else, like a gym bag, which you can put on a bed. But extra water could probably be parked back there, but a grill is going to be a real challenge. You could put it here, but it's going to significantly decrease the amount of ingress, degress, is that what that's called, going right here. So what I'm going to do for garage storage is I'm going to give it 1 point out of 3 for that. Let's look at the overhead cabinets and see if my coffee pot will fit. I love this color scheme, by the way. This really love walnut, lovely walnut with this matte finish white. It's really rich. So let's see if this coffee pot, this is a 5-cup drip coffee maker, will fit in the cabinet. I'm expecting it to because it fits in mine, and it indeed does. It even fits a long ways like that, which is pretty cool. I store mine like this, and then behind it, I store my coffee filter and the coffee itself. So that gets a big plus there. Let's look at the other storage elements. Interesting, with a little space here. See that? What I'm looking for is one long cabinet so I can store, nope, they've got breaks in all these cabinets. Let's go over here quick. Again, a break. So no one long cabinet, but clearly plenty of storage above. Tons of storage above. And again, you have all the wardrobe storage back here. So that is a lot of storage. Down below, under the beds, there's probably little snippets. Here's a little bit right here. So yeah, I'm going to give this a pretty high score on storage. There's a lot in here. Well, let's take a look at that. We're going to give that 3 points out of the 3. So storage gets 4 out of 6. Let's talk about RV systems. All right, for RV systems, this is really important, boys and girls. This has 15 points possible for this category. RV systems include freshwater, wastewater. Is there a lithium system? Furnace provides hot water and heat. And is there a 13,000 BTU at least air conditioner? I think this one's going to score pretty high. Let's take a look at the fresh water system. What I'm looking at is the actual product sheet here, and reading off the back, the minimum is 15 gallons. The 59K has fresh water capacity 18 gallons, so that gets 3 points. Wastewater, traditional black and gray tanks, 10-gallon minimum, and the 59K 12 and 13, so that is pretty good. So that's going to get 3 points. Lithium system is an option. It's the Volta Pure 3, as Winnebago calls it, lithium system. So it's available if you want to invest into the future and the total freedom that a lithium system will bring you. I'm going to give that 3 because it's available on the 59KL for lithium. Next is the furnace, provide heat and hot water. This has a Truma Combi, which does both furnace heat and hot water. So I'm going to give that a 3. And does it have a generous AC system? This has a Coleman Mach 3 NDQ, which is powerful and quiet. And I like that it's kind of in the middle of the van because it blows air out this way. So that's going to get 3 points. So RV systems on the Travato 59K is going to get 15 out of 15 points possible. Good job, Winnebago. Next thing we want to look at is aesthetics. So looking at aesthetics, we're going to grade it on floor plan. Does it meet my needs, day and night? Build quality, no obvious manufacturing issues, and is the interior well designed with a pleasant color scheme? Now, these are my criteria. So again, what I've done is post it on my website, Go Small, Live Large, this same worksheet where you can fill it out using your criteria. That's what's really important, not mine, but yours. So download that PDF and take that with you when you go shopping. Build your toolkit, which would include measuring tapes, maybe a 12-pack of beer. Don't let me forget that, it's still in the fridge. And all the things you want to take with you on a camping trip or an RV trip, because that's what you're going to be using, and this is the space you have to use it in. Create your own toolkit, use the worksheet, make your own Scott score. Let's keep moving on the aesthetics. So here's what I found that were important to me, and that is 9 points possible. Floor plan, meet my needs day and night. It kind of does, but I don't want to live in a bedroom, and that's my problem. So I'm going to give it 1 point because it doesn't have a permanent table. It does have a ginormous galley. Doesn't have a big fridge. Bathroom, I love my bathroom better. Don't need a shower curtain. So for those reasons, I give it 1 point on floor plan needs out of 2. Build quality, you know, Winnebago's really good at this floor plan, and the build quality is beautiful. It's really solid. So I'm going to give that 3 points out of 3 for build quality. Interior well designed with a pleasant color scheme. As I mentioned, this was walnut. I love with this matte finish. I feel like a banana peels on the outside. And then it's just really lovely with this white. So while it's really rich with the walnut, this lightness lifts it and brightens it. So I'm going to give that 3. So for aesthetics, I'm going to give 7 points on a total of 9. Next, let's look at workability. Can 2 people work in this? So this is kind of easy. This person can work right from this table here. You could maybe get 2 people working side by side. One person sitting there, that'd be you. Me sitting here. Laptop, iPad. What I think most people do is one person works here, and then another person works up here from this vantage point. So we have a little separation of space, which is always nice. This person can be working. There's an outlet here, which is well placed. There is an outlet right there at least, and I saw another outlet. Where was it that I saw it? Right there. And so you could stretch your cord and keep juiced up. So definitely you can have 2 people working in this space, no problem. For workability, ergonomics, two tablet devices used simultaneously. Yep, that's going to get 3 points out of 3. Power outlets logically located. Yes, that's going to get 3. Horizontal surface used as standing desk. This space here absolutely can. Let's measure how far off the ground this is. You'd have to stand here, but let's measure quick on how tall this is off the ground, which is kind of the galley height anyway. So it's 38 inches. Which is the same as the galley itself. 38.5, right? But that is not too bad for, wait for it. For typing, this would work pretty well. Type. as a standing desk. I love my standing desk. I use my jump seat or the counter extension all the time, but this will work for a standing desk for sure. So let's give that some points. 3. And can 2 people work simultaneously in 2 different areas inside the van? Absolutely, as we've shown, front and the side. So that's going to get 3 points. So pretty good on workability. Out of 12, possible to get 12. See that? Next, let's look at likability. Likability is really subjective. I totally agree with you. That's why, again, I give you a blank worksheet for you to come up with your own criteria. My criteria are 4 different areas. Is your camper van nice to look at? Do you get compliments on it? Does it have a fun factor? Do you enjoy time inside your camper van? And is the camper van a good value for your money? This is one of the most popular floor plans in the Class B camper van space. I'm sure Travato owners in general and camper van owners in general would get a lot of compliments. So I'm going to give this 3 points because it's nice to look at. You'll get compliments on this van for sure. Fun factor, without a doubt, it's not an adventure van, off-roading 4x4 like a Revel, something like that. But there's a fun factor in that you can do everything in your van. My challenge is you're really kind of living in your bedroom because you made up with bedding and stuff. And for that, I'm going to knock 1 point off and give it 2 for a fun factor because you're always living in your bedroom. I have a very distinct separate bedroom I never see except for when I go to bed at night. I put it away in the morning and I don't see my bedding at all, which is perfect for the way I like to roll. Enjoy your time inside this camper van. I'm saying without a doubt people would really enjoy that, so 3. And is camper van a good value for your money? Let's look at the MSRP here. We're looking at $149,000 for this non-lithium equipped coach, at about another 20 grand for the Volta Pure 3 system, which is worth every penny, in my opinion. Now I'm sure there's discounts available off of MSRP. So if you can get this for, with a Volta system for like 130, 125-ish, I'm just guessing, I think it's a pretty good value. MSRP seems to be a little exuberant these days, but I'm gonna say overall, the Travato is a really good value. So I'm gonna give that a 3. So I have 12 possible points. This is gonna get 11 points out of 12 for likability. So with that, let's tally all of the categories together to see how many points this camper van adds up to. 99 points is the possible. Let's use technology to help me add, because I am no math genius. You know that about me. Hey Siri, what is the total of 2 plus 8 plus 10 plus 9 plus 12 plus 4 plus 15 plus 7 plus 12 plus 11?
It's 90.
90 points out of 99. That is not bad for the Winnebago Travato 59K floor plan. It actually came in a little bit higher than I had expected. Great job, Winnebago. More importantly, how would you score this van if you were looking at a camper van of this type? 90 points on the Winnebago Travato 59K floor plan. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I had a blast making it. I'm always a little curious how these are going to come in on the Scott score. If you're into camper van tours, if you're into places to take your camper van, and if you're into cool products that enhance your camper van RVing experience, you don't want to miss a single video. Subscribe if you haven't done already. Till we see you soon, I wish you to journey on. Big shout out to Winnebago Motorhomes in Rockford, Illinois for giving us access to that vehicle. This is the dealer that I brought my Travato from in 2018. So if you're shopping for a camper van and Winnebago's on your list, you gotta come see these people, or at least give them a call. Mick is the guy you want to talk to.